This video is brought to you by the No Fear community.
With us today is Arkady Dvorkovich, top advisor to President Dmitry Medvedev, President of the Russian Federation. Welcome. What can you tell us about your personal background?
Well, I got good education both in Russia and abroad. Two, I think, best economic schools in Russia, Moscow State University and New Economic School in Moscow, and then Duke University in the United States. Then I worked both for the government from outside, as outside advisor to the Ministry of Finance, and then as a government employee in the Ministry of Economy, and then in the presidential administration. So I'm happy to be at the top of the political agenda, and it's a big responsibility. Also, I have many things around my main workload, including some social projects, education projects, and social networking, including on Twitter, that helps a lot for my professional job. So it's a broad experience, both in Russia and abroad, and I think what I was lucky with is with the teams I worked with.
In No Fear, the book, Pekka Viljakainen argues that top young talents in Russia today are much more open to new things and especially international dialogue than their contemporaries in many Western European countries. Do you agree?
I tend to agree with that, and the reason is that while in Western countries young people follow traditions that have been developed over time, in Russia the young generation being educated and raised within the transition period, and when you undergo transition, many things happen around, new things, new ideology, new instruments substituting the old ones, and new ideas and new behavior are developing in a new way, and people have much more freedom in this situation. Changes are very rapid, and there are ups and downs, but certainly people have more time to think rather than to learn, and this is what is really important. This is what gives more freedom to people.
How do you see digital cowboys changing Russian organizations, Russian business and Russian society in general?
I think more and more, year by year, people who understand how to work with digital instruments influence the policy agenda and practices more and more. And the reason is that life is very fast, and you cannot live without all this information clouds that surround you. You have to use those things, otherwise you are behind the progress. That's the reason. And it is natural that younger generation use this more than the older one, but those people who already have experience and who add to this experience digital experience win more than the others. I think the key contribution digital cowboys make right now to the Russian society is speed of progress. We have a real chance if we will use these new talents, not just to catch up, but actually to become leaders in some of the areas. Not across the board, but in some of the areas, certainly.
What is the role of leadership education in the development of Russian corporations and Russian economy in general?
I would say it is, we are just starting with leadership education. We had different priorities during the last 20 years. And certainly people had to learn how to use simple market instruments and practices that are already well known in the developed world. But more and more all leaders understand that leadership education is required for the future. Otherwise we are losing opportunities. And this is a message that is being used right now by those people who promote business, who promote leadership education as a component of business education, as a component of broad education, and as a component of professional development. We are not experienced in this area, and we need to attract best foreign practices here. But we need those people who actually believe that Russia is a country where there is a chance. Otherwise, just the technology transfer will not help. Traditions are different, people are different, and best practices should be changed to be adopted to the Russian reality.
Is a good Russian leader different from a good leader in Finland or Germany or India? Or is good leadership everywhere?
I think there is almost no difference. The only difference is in the understanding of culture and tradition, best things that have been accumulated over centuries. And those traditions are different across countries, but the way we use this knowledge is the same, and leadership qualities are completely the same. So those people who are able to adjust leadership qualities to local traditions are the best people in each particular place.
What is the most important thing you personally have learned from these top young talents, digital cowboys, that has helped you in your role as a leader?
I'm learning every day. It's not like I go to young people, learn something and go back to the office. It's day by day, minute by minute experience, talking to those people, collaborating with those people, discussing ideas. This goes through Twitter, internet, and also offline in day-to-day work. So the key thing I learned is that those young people are already prepared to start the real life in the real world. If I take the situation 3 or 4 years ago, I think many people were not prepared. Now they are prepared. That the change that happened over the last few years, and this is a very important change that we should take into account, and this is why I'm trying to attract more and more young people to the projects that we are initiating at the federal level. Some of those projects are being initiated based on the ideas that came from those young people, and that's the real change.
If you were to give one piece of advice to organizations in Russia and elsewhere about how to adapt to life with digital cowboys, what would that piece of advice be?
Simple advice, which is very difficult to implement in practice, is to remember every day that you have to work with this new reality, that you have to take into account what is happening in the digital area, online, and how those ideas are being transformed into the real life offline. So you have to do this permanently, and again, this will take time, this will take effort, but eventually this will bring results.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This video is brought to you by the No Fear community.